Hello, welcome as Football Notes channel continues to bring you top 7 football news daily. Here is today's edition. Number 1, inside Lionel Messi's dad's transfer showdown talks with Barcelona president. The Argentine superstar's dad Jorge held talks with Barca president Josep Maria Bartomeu in a bid to seal his shock departure, with Manchester City leading the race to sign him. The Lionel Messi saga rumbles on following Wednesday's showdown meeting, which, ultimately, failed to reach a conclusion to the biggest transfer story this summer. The Argentine superstar's dad Jorge held talks with Barca president Josep Maria Bartomeu in a bid to seal his shock departure, with Manchester City leading the race to sign him. Messi's camp have claimed the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner can leave the new camp for free this summer, while Barca have insisted that is not the case and have been backed in their stance by La Liga. Indeed, the crunch meeting reportedly ended in a stalemate on Wednesday, with no agreement reached over the Wantaway forward's future. And now Mundo Deportivo have revealed details about the meeting, which is understood to have been in an atmosphere of good harmony and without tension. Bartomeu was joined by Barcelona director Javier Bordes, while also in the Messi camp was the footballer's brother Rodrigo as well as the lawyer of the firm Cuatrecasa's Jorge Peckert. While talks remained calm, Barca are seemingly refusing to budge from their stance and will not consider selling Messi unless potential suitors stump up his £630 million, €700 million release clause. Indeed, the club expect him to remain at the new camp until after the 2022 World Cup, but Messi's father repeatedly made clear his desire to leave the club this summer. The Spanish publication also claimed Messi's father said, "But if Leo doesn't want to stay even this year, how will he want to renew?" The Messi camp also reiterated the feeling that the Argentine wants to quit Barca to join a winning project. But Barca chief Bartomeu is understood to have questioned Manchester City's standing as a European powerhouse, with Pep Guardiola's side yet to win the Champions League. With Wednesday's meeting yet to reach an agreement, Messi faced a huge question over whether he wants to force through a move to City and ultimately face a legal battle with Barca. Messi informed the club last month that he wished to leave in the wake of their 8-2 Champions League thrashing at the hands of Bayern Munich, claiming a clause in his contract would allow him to walk away for free. Reports from Messi's homeland Argentina have also claimed he is now 90% likely to stay, which if true will be a blow to Manchester City after reports the forward was poised for a fairy tale reunion with his former Barca boss Pep Guardiola. Earlier, a report from TIC Sports cited by Spanish publication Marca had claimed that Jorge Messi had told Bartomeu, "My son isn't staying at Barcelona." But the Catalan giants do not appear willing to budge on their assertion that they are due a transfer fee of €700 million, £621 million, if Messi is to leave the new camp. Number 2. Gareth Bale has revealed he would be open to a move back to the Premier League after hitting out at Real Madrid for making his life difficult. Gareth Bale's exit from Real Madrid looks set to be held up further due to the Spanish giants refusing to pay the final 2 years of his salary. Bale's £15.1 million per year deal means the payoff would hit a sizable £30.2 million. And Real claim they are not willing to do a deal with the Welshman. Right now, it seems an impasse has been reached. While Spanish outlet Marca suggests Bale's representatives have set up a meeting, Sportsmail say nothing is in place. The saga is a long-running one. Bale has fallen out of favor at Spanish giants Madrid under boss Zinedine Zidane, and he has made just 2 appearances for the Bernabeu outfit since football returned from lockdown. He looked set to join Chinese side Jiangsu Suning for the start of last season before Real president Florentino Perez stepped in to block the deal. Bale has criticized Madrid for not allowing him to leave despite his lack of game time. Asked if he would consider a return to English football, the former Tottenham man told Sky Sports News, "I think it's one of those situations where, if one of those options arises, I would look at it for sure. We'll see what happens. We have got plenty of time in this transfer window, and I guess a couple of others as well. Time will tell. Mainly I think the reason is the decision is in Real Madrid's hands. Watch more. I tried to leave last year. They blocked everything at the last second. There was a project I was excited for last year, but it didn't materialize, and there have been other instances when we've tried to go, but the club won't allow it." What can I say? I want to play football. I'm still motivated to play football. I guess it's on the club really. I can't really do much. They're in control of everything and all I can do is carry on what I'm doing and hopefully something comes up." Bale added, "I'm only 31, but I feel I'm in great shape still. I feel like I've got a lot to give, so we'll see what happens. As I said, it's in the club's hands, and they make things very difficult to be honest. It's not really in my hands." Bale is contracted with Madrid for another 2 years but is hoping to put his real nightmare behind him when on international duty with Wales this week. He is set to captain Ryan Giggs' side in their Nations League clash with Finland in Helsinki today and against Bulgaria in Cardiff on Sunday. And in another dig at Madrid, Bale has said it's nice to feel wanted on international duty, which is a direct contrast to his life in Spain. "I think everyone knows how much I love coming away with Wales. It's nice to be back at a place where you are a little bit more appreciated and supported by your fans no matter what," he said. "We have 2 big games coming up. This is the start for us to prepare for the Euros next year. We're all focused. We haven't had much time to prepare for these games. I haven't been back in training yet, I have just come back off holiday. I have kept myself fit over the summer. We just need to prepare for next year's Euros. We have a lot of games leading into that, and it starts on Thursday." Number 3. Brescia president Massimo Cellino has revealed that Sandro Tonali has turned down a move to Manchester United. Tonali is one of the biggest prospects in Italian football, having earned comparisons to Andrea Pirlo and Gennaro Gattuso. And with Brescia suffering relegation from Serie A this year, he is ready to move on. A number of clubs have shown an interest in him, including Manchester United. In fact, reports emerged recently that United wanted to gazump any rival offers for the midfielder. However, Tonali is now closing in on a move to AC Milan. Former Leeds Supremo Cellino has now revealed that United's offer was bigger than Milan's, but the player's will was decisive. "In January we received an offer of €65 million from Barcelona," Cellino told Top Calcio 24. "Not later than 10 days ago we received an offer of €10 million higher than Milan's from Manchester United. But the boy was determined to go to the Rossoneri. I know that Antonio Conte has thought a lot about Tonali, but I was also convinced that he was going to Inter. But at a certain point the boy didn't want to hear anything anymore and went to Milan." According to Gazzetta dello Sport, Milan will pay Brescia a fee of €10 million to take Tonali on loan for the season. They will have an option to buy for a further €15 million, with a possible €10 million in bonuses. Brescia will also have a sell-on clause for Tonali, guaranteeing them 10% of any price over €30 million. Instead, Man United have signed Donny van de Beek from Ajax to strengthen their midfield. The Dutchman put pen to paper on a 5-year contract on Wednesday. After sealing the deal, manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer explained what Van de Beek will bring at Old Trafford. "Donny has all of the technical attributes needed to perform in this team and has the personality required to succeed at Manchester United," he said. "His ability to see space, time his movements, and read the game will really complement the qualities that we have in midfield, and his arrival really strengthens the depth of talent we have in that position." And Van de Beek himself vowed to perform at the highest level, admitting that he finds the United project exciting. Number 4. Real Madrid hero Sergio Ramos claims he wants Lionel Messi to stay at Barcelona after transfer bombshell. Real Madrid defender Sergio Ramos has claimed he wants Lionel Messi to stay at Barcelona after he handed in a transfer request. Messi, widely considered one of the greatest players in history, rocked the sporting world last week after he sent a fax to Barca informing the club of his desire to leave. The Argentine legend, who has claimed 6 Ballon d'Or awards, has spent his entire career at Barcelona, scoring 634 goals in 731 matches. But Messi has grown increasingly frustrated at Barca and is now looking for a new challenge, with Premier League club Manchester City the favourites to secure his signature in a stunning deal. Ramos and Messi have been La Liga rivals for well over a decade, but the Real Madrid hero insists he wants the Barcelona superstar to stay put. Asked about the speculation surrounding Messi's future at the new camp, Ramos said, "With regards to Messi, I think it's not an issue that concerns us. I don't know if he is doing it in the best way, but of course for Spanish football, for Barcelona and for us, who like to win, while being the best, we would like him to stay here." As Messi continues to be linked with a move to the Premier League, former Liverpool and England star John Barnes has claimed he would not suit English football and should stay put. Lionel Messi is 33 years old. He's not the same player he was, particularly coming into the Premier League. It's a hard, physical league where he's not playing for Barcelona in terms of being used to playing with those same players for the same way for the last 15 years, Barnes said. He then may take time to adjust. People take time to adjust to him. You may not have that time at 33 years old. I don't think the Premier League football will suit him. Manchester City will suit him more than any other club because they have Pep Guardiola and their playing style may be similar to Barcelona's. It will take time to bed him into a new way of playing, a new team and a new group, and the team getting used to him. He will inhibit your big players, like when Antoine Griezmann went to Barcelona. He was inhibited. Felipe Coutinho was inhibited because it was all about Messi. It's fine for it to all be about Messi when he's 25, 26, 27, but at 33-year-old he isn't the powerhouse that he was, so to then write all your players off as being subservient to Messi wouldn't be the right thing to do. Number 5. How Chelsea could line up next season with Havertz, Chilwell, Werner, Ziyech, and Thiago Silva. Chelsea certainly aren't resting on their laurels despite having already completed the signings of Thiago Silva, Malang Sarr, Ben Chilwell, Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech ahead of next season. Former PSG centre-back Silva sealed a free transfer to Chelsea last week, signing a one-year contract at Stamford Bridge with the option of a further 12 months. The Brazilian's arrival follows Chilwell completing his £50 million move to the Blues on Wednesday as Frank Lampard landed his top left-back target. Leicester had initially been holding out for up to £80 million, similar to the fee Manchester United paid for Harry Maguire last year, but eventually lowered their asking price for the England international. Sarr followed on a free a day later. Meanwhile, Werner and Ziyech, who agreed moves during last season, have already made their first team debuts, with Werner scoring in a 1-1 pre-season friendly draw at Brighton on Saturday. The Blues have made signing Bayer Leverkusen star Kai Havertz their priority after striking a £90 million deal for the Germany international. While Lampard is pushing hard to bring Havertz to Stamford Bridge, addressing a leaky defence is also on the agenda. Declan Rice has been Lampard's first choice at centre-back, though West Ham boss David Moyes sees the 21-year-old as a future Hammers captain and will demand around £70 million to sanction his sale. Silva is seen as a more cost-effective option, and his arrival could mean a move for Rice is put on the back burner. Lampard has made his opinion of Kepa Arrizabalaga, the world's most expensive goalkeeper, abundantly clear, having dropped the Spaniard for 38-year-old Willy Caballero at the end of last season. The Blues are keen to bring a new N01 in this summer and have earmarked Edouard Mendy as a target, but are struggling to drum up interest in Kepa in order to fund any replacement. Here is how they could line up in 2020-21 with a blend of academy graduates and new signings in Lampard's preferred formation, Chelsea's I-4-3-3, Kepa, James, Zouma, Silva, Chilwell, Conte, Loftus-Cheek, Havertz, Ziyech, Mount, and Werner. Number 6. Man United told what Donny van de Beek and Dayot Upamecano deals would mean for new season. Manchester United have announced a signing of Donny van de Beek and have also been linked with RB Leipzig defender Dayot Upamecano, who could transform the fortunes of the team. Manchester United have been tipped to win the Premier League title next season if they sign Dayot Upamecano as well as Donny van de Beek. The Red Devils announced the signing of Dutch midfielder Van de Beek on Wednesday in a £40 million transfer from Ajax. He will become Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first signing of the summer, and more are set to follow in the coming days and weeks. The club are still actively pursuing Borussia Dortmund ace Jadon Sancho, but signing him is becoming increasingly unlikely. RB Leipzig defender Upamecano is another player who is being linked after his brilliant form in the Champions League and in the Bundesliga last term. Former Sunderland defender Michael Gray is a big fan of the Frenchman and says he would be a stellar signing for United. So much so that he reckons Solskjaer's men could challenge for the title next term if they sign him and add to their forward line. Upamecano is just unreal, Gray said on Talksport. There is all this talk about Kalidou Koulibaly going to Manchester City. If that happens, they're signing an outstanding, experienced 29-year-old centre-half. Upamecano is 21, he's different class. He comes out from the back, he's not frightened to play football. He's just signed a new contract for them, I think it's for 5 or 6 years, but if Man United get him to play alongside Harry Maguire, and those are your two centre-halves, that's your stellar signing that I'm talking about. They're all young players who Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to sign. All young players, and he's building for the future over the next 3 or 4 seasons before they can say, right, we are now title contenders. That's what he's doing, and if he gets Upamecano, along with Van de Beek, who is 23 years old, and I'm sure a forward player, that squad, you look at it and go, now they can challenge. They're going against Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea or whoever might be at the top of the table, and they're not underdogs even before the game has started. It's a level playing field because that starting 11 that Manchester United can put together is as good as what you see in the Premier League. United have the caveat of being able to offer potential targets Champions League football next season after scraping into the top 4 last term. And Solskjaer will be hoping to use this to his advantage between now and the end of the summer transfer window at the start of October. Number 7. Man United's Henderson to push for loan move if he cannot oust a G as number 1. Dean Henderson has said he will push for another loan move if he cannot oust David De Gea as Manchester United's first-choice goalkeeper next season. Henderson has signed a new long-term contract at Old Trafford and sources have told ESPN that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plan, as things stand, is for the 23-year-old to fight it out with De Gea for the number 1 spot. United kick off their Premier League campaign against Crystal Palace on September 19th, but with the transfer window not due to close until October 5, there would be an opportunity for Henderson, who impressed on loan at Sheffield United last season, to secure a temporary exit if Solskjaer hands the gloves to De Gea. Look, 100%, the aim is for me to play football next season, Henderson said ahead of England's Nations League game against Iceland. I don't think I want to be not playing after last season, coming off a good season with momentum. It wouldn't be clever for me to sit around and not play football, I don't think it would help any parties at all. Henderson's performances at Sheffield United earned him a call-up to the senior England squad for the Nations League. He is aiming to cement his place as England's number 1 ahead of the European Championship next summer, but he has insisted he must be playing regularly if he hopes to impress manager Gareth Southgate. You can get many things from training and obviously learn off someone like David and the other goalkeepers and coaches, Henderson added. But I don't think there's any substitute for game time. I'm not going to improve just sitting on the bench. I need that game time. David De Gea has obviously been a great goalkeeper for many years. He's been phenomenal, and that's something I aspire to be, to have a career like his at the club, so I'll be going back in on first day of the preseason working my socks off to get in that starting lineup because it's something I've always wanted. I'm so close now, so I'm not going to give up, I'm going to put the pressure on. These are our top 7 news today. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.